His body language spoke volumes. And one thing that I can say, the president never referred to himself as I. All the time when he was referring to an event, he said, we will do this. Why can't we do this? Yeah, and that's something that many leaders are yet to learn. He never looked at himself as if he's the only achiever. He looked at himself that all the time he's with a team. And a number of things that when he was not happy, he would not really express those things, that unhappiness in very heavy terms. He would actually tell you that something can be done. We can do it differently. And therefore, you picked the nudge from him and corrected the situation. And of course, once in a while, you could get totally annoyed. I remember we went to my constituency and we were handling issues of security between us and the border of the neighboring county or district at that particular time. And he was totally unhappy. And of course, I've been seeing some of the clips that you've been airing when he said, why should you do this? And this expression in private was, you are moving the same cow from one country to the other. Therefore, you are not adding any value. Because the same cow, you are moving from Samburu, possibly to Laikipia, then you move to another county. Then what are you doing? You are not adding any value in terms of that particular event. And for him, as Governor Kimemia said, food security was synonymous with national security. He was so careful that any time there was any problem about food, he was careful and he was willing to listen to you to the full extent. And possibly you must come out with very good answers. Otherwise, he will reprimand you by looking away. Kibaki, when he was not happy with you, look away. And you'd actually realize you're in trouble.
So you keep quiet if you're addressing him? Or...
Yeah, you keep quiet and you retrace your steps. Because he never wanted. And another thing that it is always good to say, he didn't like fitina.
Yes.
When you start mentioning somebody like, oh, Governor Kimemia has done this, or Mheshimiwa Mwakwere, or General he has said this, you would look away or start a sentence that is irrelevant to what you are saying. I remember one time when we were in that small lounge in Parliament, when he was the leader of official opposition. He was still drinking at that time. And of course, many people thought Kibaki used to drink a lot. He could hold one bottle for almost 3 hours. Then when you start, 3 hours, I know that. And so when it reaches a stage where he realizes there is a bit of fitina, he lifts the bottle and he says, this place, they have written beer only. To tell you that we are here to drink. We are not here to do a lot of fitina. So those are very interesting moments that we shared with him. And he never liked fitina.
Okay. All right.
Maybe Waziri should have added that he never mentioned names of people.
No.
Even if he was to tell me, call Waziri Makwere, for instance. You never tell me, call Makwere. Call Yule Waziri wetu.
Yes.
It is you to say Makwere. And he says yes. He will never mention your name.
Why did he do that?
I think he wanted to talk about anybody. You cannot quote him. You cannot quote him that you are backbiting somebody or naming somebody. He was very keen on his mambo ya fitina. If there is anything that he didn't like, fitina na corruption. Asikia mambo ya corruption, ma fitina. You are not friends.